This is Bob Fleck, Executive Director of the Westmont Park District. Here at the Westmont Park District, we're very fortunate that it's all about fun and recreation. And one way people like to recreate, beer.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to bring to you, once again, our 2023 Winter Beer Fest at Ty Warner Park. It's going to be held on Saturday, February 18th. We want to take a little time to highlight the breweries that we're bringing to you. And with me, we have, from the Park District, Luke Weiss and Joel Hyman.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, welcome. You two have been doing all the legwork preparing for this event. You've been talking to the breweries. I'm going to hand it over to you. Why don't you tell us who we're going to see and what beers we're going to enjoy?
Yeah, sounds great. Morning, Luke.
Good morning, Joel. How we doing?
Good. So how many breweries do we have coming to this event?
This year we're looking at 25. That's a good number for us space-wise and for the amount of people that come in. So 25 is our target. We do have all 25 confirmed, as well as a plus one, if you will, as a designated driver drink. So we could talk about that in a bit as well.
Excellent. Look forward to hearing more about that one.
You bet.
Now, are all these strictly breweries that brew beer or any other drinks going to be there?
Yeah, so our focus is, of course, beer. So that's going to be the majority of the brewers bringing beer. But you're going to have a cidery, which is Two Fools out of Naperville, and a meadery, which is Unpossible Meat out of Dwight, Illinois. So those are going to be your two unique options that aren't technically beer, but some different options for those interested in something other than just beer.
Excellent. A little something for everybody.
You bet.
All right, well, why don't we get into the list here and see what we have going on with some of these guys. I'm familiar with a couple of them.
Awesome. Let's do it.
So the first one on my list here is Skeleton Key out of Woodridge, not far from us. Definitely looking forward to trying some of the things that they're going to bring.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing that we kind of got to do this year was visit some of these breweries and go see their space and try and help them advertise as well. So that gave us the opportunity to see a little insight in their operation, which is great. You know, we don't have our full beer list yet, but we're working on that this week as there's some cool beers that some breweries are brewing up now in preparation for the fest. So we're looking forward to that.
Nice. I know they recently renovated that facility due to a tornado a few years back. So definitely a facility that I would recommend checking out, being that it's all redone inside there.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful facility, great people to work with. I know they're also helping a bunch of breweries in the area for starting those. Bubble House is a product of Skeleton Key, so that's a cool option for Skeleton Key that they help out the community as well.
Oh, like an incubator program.
You got it.
Okay, nice. Let's see, the next one I'm seeing here on the list is Bubble House out of Lisle. So again, not far out of our backyard. Newer brewery, it's my understanding.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the coolest thing, too, is, we're not just going to do breweries, in our backyard. Obviously, we prefer to have them there for support, but look to stretch out as well. So Bubble House is definitely one of those key breweries within DuPage County that we're excited to have come as well.
Okay. So in no particular order here, Penrose out of Geneva. That's it's an interesting one. What do we know about those guys?
Yeah, so, Penrose has participated in the past with us. They've always been great. Gentleman Anthony over there has been super easy to work with, and they're excited to come back and return. So that's a good feat for us to see these guys want to come back. So excited to have Penrose as well.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Penrose one of those unique breweries where there's a lot of science behind what they do?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You're looking at some talented guys out there. They've been around for a handful of years now. I think that really looking forward to see what they might bring as they're doing some unique styles. So jumping in our list here, another one kind of going out west, Oswego Brewing, sort of out your direction, we'll say, Luke. That's a pretty neat one. I'm a little bit familiar with those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say, I'm trying to think, that's probably our most western brewery that we have this year.
Yeah.
But again, another returner. They have some great space as well. They do have some event space for rental if people are interested in checking those things out also. They have some outdoor patio space also, and just another great brewery in the area that we're looking to have back.
Excellent. Now, if I recall, I believe they're in an old fire station, actually.
Yeah, old fire station. They have, it's technically the basement, and then upstairs, I believe now is a bike shop as well as, I think they have, what do you want to call that, vineyard or not vineyard?
Maybe a winery, if you will.
So A nice multi-use building space is super cool. Great place to check out for sure.
Great, yeah, right in there downtown, if I recall. Definitely a neat one to check out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, we keep referring to all these that are right in our backyard, but this next one on our list is actually in our backyard, really close, maybe 2-3 minutes from where we're currently doing this podcast, Whiskey Hill out of Westmont.
Absolutely. You got to have a hometown favorite for sure. It's great to see that, help. They also help us out throughout the year, which is fantastic. So it's been a great partnership with them. I can't speak for sure, but hopefully they're going to bring something barrel-aged for us, as we know they produce a lot of those great barrel-aged, stouts, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I know their head brewer Eric over there, comes from that Goose Island background. Those really dark stouts are really their main MO over there, along with a number of other unique styles. But looking forward to, as typically they do, as you said, bring a stout, usually something really tasty coming out of those guys.
Absolutely.
Their beer has really become elevated with Eric's involvement in the brewery. Excellent beers over there. I also want to mention Whiskey Hill is working on opening a facility, a new establishment in downtown Westmont at the Quincy Station development. And hopefully by this coming summer, 2023, they'll have another location right here in downtown Westmont.
All right, we'll have to recommend everybody ask those guys at the brewery how that facility is coming along. So just kind of working through our list here, looks like Riverlands Brewing is our next one. That's out in St. Charles, also that western direction.
Yeah, took a visit out there, which was also a great thing. I can never turn that down. Always fun to go see them. Again, they have some great outdoor space as well. When I went there, I was sampling an Oktoberfest, so great beer, nice, crisp, clean taste. Obviously, being February, I doubt they bring that, but great hospitality there, great space as well. Great place to check out in that St. Charles area.
Great. Yeah, nothing wrong with an Oktoberfest. I could drink that any day of the year. So it looks like our list is keeping us out west with Art History Brewing out of Geneva.
Yeah, absolutely. I know they just brought on a new head brewer as well, so excited to see what they bring for us. But again, another great brewery in that western part of the suburbs, if you will, that, again, excited to have out.
Excellent. Now, our next one is Church Street Brewing, who's going to be joining us at the fest. I know it's one of the larger breweries in terms of space and production output.
Yeah, for sure. I know when we went and visited, it was, another great experience. And, just to see that they're helping so many other breweries within their warehouse is great. I know they help out Energy City, to name one. I know, is there a couple more that you were aware of as well?
Yeah, I believe they do some contract brewing for a handful of these breweries on our list. Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, that's always great to see they're helping out each other as well. And their space is huge as well, which is super nice.
Okay. Now, a new one on our list that I'm seeing here, Old Irving Brewing out of Chicago. Finally trying to get some of these Chicago breweries involved in this Suburb Fest here. So what do we know about Old Irving?
Yeah, so again, was spending some time there. I think we went during the week and the place was packed, so that's obviously a good insight for us. And it seems like a lot of those folks are staying involved with that brewery, and we hope to bring some of those people to Westmont as well.
Good lunch crowd, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely busy. Matthew, who we're working with, has been open arms, which is great, and making that process for us super easy to get them on board. But, yeah, another great brewery, brewing a bunch of different styles, and hopefully excited to see something unique from them.
Absolutely. Sounds great. Yeah, definitely has a kitchen there if anybody's interested in a brewery that has a lunch spot. Black Horizon's the next one on our list out of Willowbrook. They're just down the street from us, really, not too far, kind of our neck of the woods.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to keep it local as well. That's our MO for sure.
Yeah, great to work with those guys. I know we did a small partnership with them for a Oktoberfest at our fitness center that we were doing a October night. So it was really nice working with those guys. Keeping our list moving along, Maplewood Brewery, not their first year, been with us a couple years now, but another Chicago area brewery. Luke, what's your thoughts on the Maplewood tap room there?
Yeah, it was great. Nice, not overly big. It's a nice intimate space for sure. It's a great location, obviously, for them. But it was nice, intimate, and easy to get to. So had a blast going through there, seeing their facilities as well, showing us the back room and seeing how those operations are conducted. I also noticed they are a distillery as well, so they're producing some different things on the distilling front as well. So that was nice to see that not only are they doing just beer, they had some different options as well.
Excellent. Doing some spirits out there as well. Okay, nice. Next one on our list is a new brewery to us, maybe the farthest brewery that's going to be coming to the event, Lil Beaver, not to be confused with Little Lil Beaver, if you will, out of Bloomington. Maybe one that's fond of myself. I'll have to touch base on this one. Those guys are all the way down by ISU and Bloomington Normal. I really like the different things they're doing. They might, I'd say they're shaking things up. They're putting different things in beers that you might not expect. So you'll have to check out the fest to really see which beers they're bringing to us. We haven't seen their list yet, but really looking forward to what Little Beaver might bring. Is there also a beer that is probably coming the farthest from any of these breweries? So we'll have to look forward and do a follow-up on what they're bringing to our event.
I know this is one you've been pushing for. I've got a PBJ from Little Beaver in my fridge from you.
Exactly.
Saving that one, but I'll be having that very, very soon. For the first time, we've really spread our wings with some of the breweries we're getting in. So this is an example of going outside the immediate area and bringing some new breweries that some of our participants may not be familiar with.
Absolutely. And I think the PBJ really sums up the things they're doing, which is definitely something different. It may be similar to an Energy City style or two that you'll see out of there. Moving our list along, First Forest Brewing out of Hodgkins over there by the Big Menards, if anybody's familiar with that one. Maybe a newer brewery. I know that. Definitely, maybe on the smaller side on production of things, but a new brewery that we really wanted to introduce to our crowd who's coming out. So hopefully we'll be able to introduce First Forest to some folks who have not had an opportunity to try that one yet. Now, most are going to be familiar with this one. Noon Whistle Brewing out of Lombard, and then also a really large facility in Naperville.
Yeah, been great to work with them as well. Super easy. Obviously, with them branching out, that shows their popularity. So we're excited to have those options and some familiar names so that our participants could have that beer as well as, try some new options that they've never seen before.
Yeah, I think you'd recognize that one. You might see that one at some of your local grocery stores as one of the more popular options in the area. Next one on our list is Elmhurst Brewing out of Elmhurst.
Whoa. Yeah, we visited them as well and had a great time. Cam over there was a great host for us as well. We were trying, what was that, a spruce IPA?
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting one.
Yeah, something different. Definitely fresh, crisp, beer that wasn't the norm for an IPA. So that was definitely nice to try. Again, great facility. They have an upstairs, downstairs space to rent for them as well. So, great brewery, lots of space around there. And obviously Elmhurst is a beautiful town as well. So great location for them. Yeah,
that downtown's really thriving. Definitely one to visit there, to put on your list if you're listening.
Absolutely.
Now jumping to Exit Strategy Brewing out of Forest Park. I know these guys just made a little bit of a change, getting away from their brew pub, if you will, and solely focusing more on the brewery and food truck option.
Absolutely. I think just like anything, right, coming out of, 2019, 2020, everyone's changing how they're doing things, and they decide to focus more on beer. So, again, that's probably their MO and bread and butter. So we're excited to see that focus go back to beer there.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Now, Brother Chimp Brewing out of North Aurora. That's the next one on our list here. I believe you've been up there, Luke.
Yeah, I took a visit out there. It's, what would that be, just off of 88 in Orchard, Randall Road, kind of that area. So not too far off of 88, easy to get to, close to the highway, which is nice if you're looking for a visit. But, again, another great brewery. They did win some awards. I apologize, I don't have those off the top of my head, but tried a few beers there, had a great time, and again, some great space too. Lots of rooms there, and of course they do their annual trivia nights, have food trucks out there frequently as well. So great place to visit.
Yeah, I recall they recently expanded and really doubled the size of that brewery in the last year or so.
Oh yeah.
Now here's a fun one, Energy City Brewing out of Batavia. They've got some new things, some changes they've been doing over there. What do we know about Energy City?
Yeah, all I could say is you'll probably be surprised. Those beers are, for lack of better words, crazy. from a cinnamon roll to a blueberry donut, you name it. Obviously, it's going to have that crazy flavor that you're probably not used to. But again, to try some of these beers at the fest is a great thing to do. Sometimes maybe a 16-ouncer in one of those options is a bit heavy, but perfect amount for a beer fest. So we're excited to see what they bring. Usually it's something unique, new, and something that nobody's seen yet.
That's a great idea to try 4 ounces instead of a whole can of something. Yeah, absolutely.
I know a whole can of cinnamon roll sounds pretty good to me.
I know that they recently added a tap room. They had never had a tap room. They were only open one day a weekend, and they keep expanding. So clearly doing some good things over there that they now have a tap room open on the weekends.
This is the other example of the science behind beer making. So the connection with Energy City is, of course, Batavia and Fermilab that's out there. So all these breweries, usually there's a strong community connection to what they do, and just another example.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely one to check out if you're looking for something outside the box and a little bit different. Now, going to the traditional style or more of the by-the-book style would be our next brewery, Dovetail Brewing out of Chicago.
Yeah, we paid a visit to them. Awesome building, multi-tiered. But again, seeing some of the way they produce a beer was awesome. The different rooms and the way they do things definitely was different than what we've seen at other breweries. Really trying to stick to that traditional style, as you mentioned, Joel, was cool to see that production process and how they do that. So super impressed with that brewery and how they do things, and excited to have beer that tastes like beer from them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to tell people that's my favorite kind of beer that tastes like beer. I think Dovetail probably best known for their lager, won numerous awards, best lager all throughout the country, not just Illinois. So I would imagine we'll see a lager from those guys, but beer list is on the way. Next one on the list here is Banging Gavel out of Tinley Park. That's a new brewery. They have not been to our fest yet so far.
Yeah, absolutely. We always like to try and get a couple new breweries in there too and highlight what they could offer. So we're excited about that. Coming from Tinley Park, they renovated. I want to say it was a museum space or an old Victorian space. That's super cool. So it sounds like this past summer they had a brew yard outside, if you will, in the summer, and they're actually going to have some indoor space once construction and renovations are done there. So looking at the pictures on their website and things of that nature, it looks like a beautiful facility, and can't wait to see what that inside space looks like.
Awesome. Yeah, really looking forward to showcasing a new brewery that's kind of an up-and-comer, if you will.
Any idea on the background for the name of that brewery?
Yeah, I actually, it had to do with a lawyer, if you will. I believe he was the owner, and that's kind of how it came. So Banging Gavel, obviously a traditional staple in that type of environment.
Maybe they were retired judges, possibly.
Yeah.
Neat. I have seen those pictures online. It's a really neat facility. That one, looking forward to when that one gets opened up. Now, another new brewery to us, really excited about this one, Hop Butcher, as they're known, or their official name, Hop Butcher for the World. They're doing some really funky IPAs and really popular brewery out of Chicago. Why don't we talk about this one, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, they took over the space from
Half Acre.
Half Acre. So, they obviously kept that facility beer related, which is great. They said they had nothing but great turnout since they opened, a few months ago, and it's been nothing but success for them. Like Joel mentioned, tried some great beers there as well. And again, just something that's totally different, whether it's a triple hazy or what have you. It's some crazy styles and, it's things to look forward to for sure.
And they have a reputation for having their stuff sell out quickly when it comes out in the stores on the market. So this is an opportunity. If you've been trying to get their beer, come out to our fest.
Absolutely. It's my understanding that there is a line outside their door at times to get in. So if you want to try it, rather than drive to the city, come to Westmont. Going back to Tinley Park for this next one, Hailstorm Brewing. Those guys have been around a while. Might be familiar with those guys.
Yeah, great options there. I think, what did we try there? Was that an Irish Red?
Yeah, I believe it was, yes.
Yeah, so great beer. Like Joel said earlier, Joel's favorite beer tastes like beer, and that sure did. So, again, they did some expansion also. They have a huge event space, if you want to call it that, or seating area that busted out some walls in their current building to expand. And it's nice to see, too, because all of their production is kind of open format. So even when you're in the tap room, things like that, you can see things going on in the background, which is definitely cool. Get you that intimate connection with how things work there.
Neat. Now, did that one have a kitchen?
They did have a kitchen, had a bunch of different options. Fortunately, we didn't stop for food, but definitely had some other options, including the beer for you.
Okay, excellent. Now, another new brewery to us is Tighthead Brewing. So maybe our most northern brewery up in Mundelein.
Yeah, awesome space again. They did have 2 multiple rooms, which was great, and then they are expanding as well. So when we were there, they were doing a bit of construction. They had a awesome canning process, which, again, that was unique to some of the breweries we were visiting. But, again, as we mentioned, like to try and spread out some of these breweries, north, south, east, west from Westmont, and get some good representation from up north as well.
Yeah, I don't suppose you could hit all 25 in one day.
Absolutely not. Come to Westmont, you can.
Now, looking at some of these styles that we said were outside the beer, the first one on our outside just beer is Impossible Mead, as you referenced earlier, from Dwight.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we alluded to, it's great to have some different options. Cleanse your palate for a moment, if you will, and try something different. Obviously, with some mead, there's going to be some sweeter flavors there, and he's definitely looking to bring a couple unique options that you probably haven't seen before. So definitely looking forward to that as well.
Excellent. We'll have to recommend everybody checks that out if you've never had mead before. The last brewery on our list, last but not least, is Two Fools Cidery out of Naperville. I know they recently moved to a larger facility.
Yeah, obviously following along the same theme of just having something different. Obviously, cider's a big counterpart in the beer industry, if you will. So excited to have them. Two Fools is great representation, of course, across the state. So excited to have a big name cidery participating for us as well.
And they've been with us every year since we started the event.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're a staple of our fest, if you will.
Right. It's nice to have that option. So if you're someone that doesn't necessarily care for beer, like my wife, she's always found something. Definitely come on out and try some things, but that's not all we have there. We're going to have some other things there for the non-drinker and for those of you who are hungry. What else do we have?
Yeah, so we're excited about this one. We're working with Sunset Soda out of Geneva, so they produce all organic, all natural types of soda. So for those designated drivers, we're going to have that option for you, and most likely a full bottle and something different than your classic water bottle, something like that. So we're excited to have them out. They'll be representing, and more than likely they will have samples for everybody involved too. So even if you are not a designated driver, you still could try their soda, of course, with no alcohol there. Of course, we're going to have some food trucks, too. Obviously, food and beer go hand in hand. A couple that we have confirmed for sure are Grumpy Gaucho, Backdraft Barbecue, and Lincoln Land Kettle Corn. A little uniqueness about Lincoln Land Kettle Corn, we were actually the first event they've ever done, so they're happy to come back out. And then as far as Backdraft Barbecue, pretty self-explanatory there. And Grumpy Gaucho does their staples empanadas, so they'll have a lot of great food there. We are waiting on confirmation of one more, but didn't want to speak on that until that happens. So excited to have those food truck options as well.
And they are excellent. Had them all before. Grumpy Gaucho is just outstanding. It's a great food. The kettle corn, those guys just crush it at our event. A little salt with the beer, great combination.
What goes better than popcorn with beer?
Absolutely.
Seeing a couple others at the bottom of our list here, Luke. I'm interested to hear about these last two.
Yeah, absolutely. So first one there is Core Spice, so a spice company. Obviously, try to showcase some of the other local vendors, if you will, in the area. And the other one is Gindo's Hot Sauce. Joel, I know you have a lot of background on Gindo's Hot Sauce from simply doing collaborations with different breweries, things like that. So there is a connection to beer there.
Absolutely. I'm definitely a big fan of those guys. You flip the back of the bottle over and all the ingredients you can read, different words like peppers, water, salt. It's more of a natural approach to hot sauce than maybe a store-bought brand. As well, they're working with a lot of these breweries and doing collabs. So you might see a hot sauce with a Russian Imperial Stout in it, or a tequila and Scotch bonnet hot sauce. So always excited to see what he brings. He was with us last year. So really a big fan of his right here.
Absolutely. Yeah, and just other notes to mention to the fest too. It is outside, but the nice thing is we're in heated and walled tents, so obviously with the heat as well as the body heat, it's a nice environment. It's definitely going to be chilly, but not too cold to bear. And then we plan to have some fire pits, some jumbo games outside as well to keep people doing something different. So we're excited to have those options. And then new to this year, we're going to have a People's Choice Beer of the Year award. So we will have QR codes, on all the breweries to pull out your phone, scan the QR code, and vote for your favorite beer for the fest. So excited to do that, try something different, and have a Beer of the Year for People's Choice Award.
If you never come out to our fest before, it's always the Saturday after the Super Bowl. We're tough. We're hardy here in Westmont. No matter the weather, we're going to be out there. And if you feel like you've been cooped up all winter and you're looking for something to do, it feels like a reunion. It is a great time. People have a lot of fun. And as you've heard from the list, Luke and Joel have put together a tremendous menu of breweries here. We've got some big hitters. We've got some newcomers to it. All tremendous beer across the board.
Yeah, really looking forward to the 2023 Fest. I think the mix of some of the old, the new, going to be one of our better events.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you could definitely find us on westmontparks.org or just search 2023 Westmont Winter Beer Fest if you're still looking for a ticket. Unfortunately, we are fortunate to have our VIPs that are all sold out, so they will be able to get in an hour early as well as collect the commemorative 16-ounce glass. But for those options that aren't available, you can still purchase a general admission ticket for $50, or you could purchase a ticket at the door for $70. So those options are still available. We're looking forward to seeing the great crowds this year. Absolutely.
Yeah, rideshare would be a great option if you're not able to participate responsibly.
2023 Westmont Park District Winter Beer Fest at Ty Warner Park. Look forward to seeing you there. I need to recognize our staff here at the Westmont Park District as well. You should know that this event is not put on by an outside vendor or promotion company. This is entirely the efforts and the creativity of the staff here at Westmont Park District, from our recreation department, our maintenance staff, our administrative staff, all pulling together to do what we always do, put on another great event here at Westmont Park District.